All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by this evening. Tonight we're going to be watching CEI Falcons go up against University of Alaska. This evening, I've got my co-host with me, the good old Cameron. Cameron, say hello.
Hello.
We're just waiting for lobbies to get set up and making sure all the kinks are worked out before we hop into game. But thank you for joining us. This is week one. This is game one of the Overwatch 2 Season 4 CEI Falcons. Again, we are taking on University of Alaska. And I've been waiting for this for a while. We've actually all of our teams in NACE, with exception to Rocket League, had a first round bye. And so I've been just anticipating for Overwatch 2 to start. I've been waiting for Super Smash Brothers to start. And to be honest, we haven't even had our official start yet for League of Legends yet, just due to unfortunate circumstances. But tell me, Cameron, how are you feeling about everything going into tonight?
Oh man, I'm super excited. Like, I don't even know how to express how I'm feeling. Like, sitting in the lobby, just waiting, I don't know. Like, oh, I can feel the nerves in my stomach right now. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm ready for this game to start. Like, I feel like I've been waiting for this Overwatch team to play for so many weeks. We've talked about it. And oh man, I'm ready. I'm ready to see it go down.
Honestly, like, I'm glad that I'm not the only one with the butterflies in the stomach. My heart's racing a little bit. I'm just excited to see, all of the work that these guys have put in to prepare for the start of this season. I'm just hoping to see that it pays off for them. Yes, we are in one of the lower. Well, we aren't in a lower league. We are in a lower league for NACE. However, it is the debut team for CEI. This is the first roster we've ever had for Overwatch 2. So really, we are laying the ground for Overwatch moving forward, and kind of setting the culture and everything for Overwatch and CEI esports and that relationship. So I'm hoping that, again, all the preparation that they've all put in and all the hard work, all the hours, I'm hoping to see that click in the server here today.
Oh yeah, me too. Like, I've noticed that they've been going over VOD reviews. They've been practicing, changing roles. They're getting ready. They've been warming up. So, I'm super ready to see how they perform.
So, we are headed into game one. This is a best of 5 series, meaning the first to 3 wins. First game mode is going to be control, and we are headed to Nepal. And we're able to see the character selection as well. What are some of the things that stand out for you, Cameron, as you're looking at the character selection?
Things I'm going to be looking for are the support characters mainly, because on this map you definitely want to have a pretty mobile support, as it is around a ring and there are holes in the map. So if you have somebody like Lucio, as you can see, Trendy is on Lucio right now. He can knock people out off the map. So if the whole team is on the point, then he has the potential to hit people off. And so that's the main thing that I'm looking for. You know me, I like seeing people get knocked off the edge. I think it's quite funny. So I'm gonna be waiting for one of those to happen this game. That's what I'm gonna be looking for.
You're the devil is what we've just learned here in the first couple minutes of the Overwatch stream. We were seeing the character selection. Oh, and we're back to it right now.
There it is.
Yeah. So the other thing that I'm interested to see, and you brought up Lucio being mobile. Kiriko is also a pretty mobile character, being able to teleport in and out. I find it interesting that both teams, both University of Alaska and CEI, they're both running a Sumatra. I know that for most of the preparation, that CEI wasn't practicing with a Sumatra. So it'll be interesting to see how they implement that in this series.
Yeah, I agree. Symmetra is I would think that she's also very mobile. Symmetra has a portal that she can use to teleport around the map, and she also has turrets that allow her to deal massive damage as long as she's shooting with her turrets.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're off to the fight right now. CEI is pushing down the left side of the map. They're already looking for damage. The Orisa's pushing in. They're playing really patient, actually. I thought they were going to go for a big rush off the bat, but it looks like they're playing quite patient. There the Orisa goes.
Well, they definitely are.
Yeah, Nottingham with the first pick onto their tank, which is huge for CEIs. University of Alaska won't have a tank to help them get on the side, so they're gonna have to try to play around that somehow. Huge pick by Red Comet as he gets the Symmetra, and Harith is just cleaning up with these lasers.
True.
CEI's just holding them at the spawn. I don't even know what I would do if I was them. Being held at the spawn is kind of one of the most tilting things in this game, so if you can hold them there, it's kind of just game over.
Snap. Great shots coming out from the boys. Great shots from High Wraith and Red Comet there. You know, like you said, it can be very tilting, especially to, you know, be stuck in such a great choke point like this. I'm going to be really curious to see what University of Alaska does in order to combat this, because again, like you said, it's not easy to get out of this.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like the big thing that's going to get them out of this is ultimates. And as you can see, their soldier's about to have his ultimate, which could be very big for University of Alaska. We'll see how CEI is able to shut this down. Oh, huge picks from Red Comet and High Wraith as they're able to absolutely dominate on the field right now. They get a 10-player kill streak. Oh man, they eliminate the whole team, keeping them in the spawn. As I said, quite tilting. Not much that you can really do when you get in that situation.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to mess with the, and this is not very professional for me to be saying this right now. I'm trying to mess with some of the spectator settings just to make sure that we can have it going around.
You're all good, Tucker. As you can see, all of CEI has their ultimates, and they're just keeping University of Alaska at base, keeping them in spawn, going all the way out into their spawn, keeping them at bay. Red Comet is getting these massive picks on the supports, not letting them move an inch out of their spawn right now. It looks like they're getting ready for another pick.
Crap.
Nottingham with a big ulti, but it looks like CEI is going to take .1 of round 1.
Well done.
Not letting them take... Yeah, well done. They literally held them out of the spawn the whole time.
I'd rather wait a century for progress than cause the harm you have.
Looks like Nottingham is switching to the Sigma. Sigma will be a pretty unique pick, I feel like, because he is meant to just take damage and pull out shields as fast as possible. He's not nearly as aggressive as the Orisa was in the last game, so we'll see how it goes. University of Alaska switched to the Diva. They're going to be looking for flanks. They also switched to range damage, so if you look, they have a Bastion, and they also have a... If I can remember her name. Forgot her name.
I'm thinking Farah, Moira, Mercy.
Farah, that's her name. Yeah, there you go. Farah. They're going to be looking for all the picks with Farah. But CEI is doing such a good job of just controlling the point, making sure their tank is at the front line, taking all of the damage, keeping University of Alaska just off the point. Huge pick by Red Comet to kill the damage on their team, to kill the Farah. CEI is doing such a good job at communicating, make sure they're looking at who they want to pick off, and they're doing it effectively.
It's going to be important for University of Alaska to find a way in onto this control point, because as we saw in the first round, they didn't manage to gain one point of percentage. So really what we're seeing is a lot of this initial pressure like on the steps with the Symmetra lasers and whatnot, and the turrets.
Yeah.
There's just so much pressure for University of Alaska to deal with. I just don't know what it's going to take for them to get out of this chokehold from CEI.
Oh man, CEI. Red Comet using his ultimate to finish cleaning up University of Alaska. I'm gonna be honest, I think that they just have to stick with the Diva, and they just have to wait for the ultimate to try to... Because Diva's ultimate, as you know, it'll go in and eliminate any of the people that are nearby. So I think the only real way for them is to play around this Diva and try to get more flank picks. CEI is doing a really good job at like picking off the supports and the damages first rather than focusing the tanks. And I think that's what's letting them keep University of Alaska at bay.
Definitely.
University of Alaska is just not as focused on the supports as they need to be.
Oh,
But as I say that, the Reaper tried to get flanked, but isn't able to get it, and Redcom was able to shut him down.
it just doesn't look like University of Alaska is able to put in, you know, just they're not able to make CEI uncomfortable. CEI is able just to consistently hold all of this pressure without really any sweat on the brow, you might say.
Yeah.
So,
That's definitely what I would say. And it looks like CEI might... Oh, looks like they're... Moria's on the point, trying to waste time, but it looks like that CEI is just going to clean sweep point, second point, winning match 1, 2-0.
absolutely.
I don't even think University of Alaska got a single point of percentage on
no.
either game.
0% coming out from University of Alaska. That's just actually unfortunate. Here we watch High Wraith just absolutely shred in that opening set, in that opening match rather.
Yeah, it looks like this Symmetra pick from CEI is doing really well. They were able to use the Symmetra ultimate to just hold University of Alaska back, and they were able to use the beams to deal large amounts of damage, as you saw at the end from the clip from High Wraith, as he was able to just keep him at bay. I'm very impressed with how they were able to just keep him off and not let University of Alaska put any pressure on them whatsoever.
Indeed.
I think if I was University of Alaska, I would try to play a more dive-heavy team composition. As we saw, they picked up the Diva in that last segment right there, but they weren't able to deliver because Diva is a very dive champion where she tries to get to the back. But the way they played it was they just played it very frontward, and it didn't really work out for them. So I think that if University of Alaska is able to use those champions that can dive behind the front line of CEI, then I think they could have a chance against them.
Definitely. So the teams are loading in. It's looking like, initially at least, that CEI will be defending. I don't want to confirm that yet, just until I see the clock run down and I know that for certain. But all is well.
Yeah, so it does look like CEI is going to be defending in this first game. And it looks like they're going to be keeping a very similar composition to what they had in the first match, which doesn't surprise me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Precisely.
That's how the saying goes. But it looks like that... Oh, sorry to cut you off once
No, you're
again.
good.
I just noticed that University of Alaska did pick a Mei this time, which I know that she's very strong. She has a really good team ultimate. If you pair it with Orisa, that's a good combo for lots of damage. So I guess we'll see how it goes.
Indeed. So it seems like the first battle is going to be coming out here on this first corner. It's going to be interesting to see if University of Alaska can push through this in the initial stages.
Yes, this corner on this map is one of the most difficult corners to get around because all of the teams just have a straight line of fire. And it looks like Redcom is going to get the first pick on that Mei. Great pick out from him, as Mei is one of the largest damages, but it looks like Mercy's gonna... Yeah, Mercy's using a res, which will keep them up for a little bit longer. Nottingham's doing a really good job of taking all their damage, replenishing his shields, and just keeping them far away. Oh, but it looks like... Yeah,
Interesting
it looks
choice
like...
to kind of wall there. I mean, yes, they're going to try to funnel through one of these side paths initially, but it doesn't look like it's going to pay out for them ultimately.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to funnel off one of the areas to get through and try to get to one of the sides, but it did not work. As you can see, Red Comet cleaning up the rest of that team fight that happened in that little cubby right there. Yeah, it looks like University of Alaska is really struggling to keep that pressure again. They switched to a Junkrat and a Soldier to try to get pressure. It's interesting to pick a Junkrat. Junkrat has a really good ultimate for getting picked to create pressure to make people awkward. But it looks like it's not going to be effective quite yet.
That's a great wall by Symmetra. Great wall by High Wrath in order to keep on the pressure, because shots are going to go through that wall. University of Alaska would have to push through the wall in order to even be effective. And then you have Nottingham running Sigma. Just another wall. It's walls on walls right now for CEI. Oh.
CEI as a team is just a wall. They're impenetrable right now.
That's what it seems like.
It's definitely what it seems like. It seems like University of Alaska is trying every way to get around this team, but it looks like CEI just is. They're animals. I'm not gonna lie. They're out here. They're unstoppable. It looks like.
Yeah. So there's a minute 35 we're approaching. And we're gonna have to see what University of Alaska can do here in order to again break this wall on wall mentality.
Yeah. So it looks like CEI has 4 ultimates on their team. They're about to have 5 ultimates. Junkrat's gonna pop his ultimate, see if he can get a pick. It's chasing him. It's chasing him. Oh, and it doesn't get a kill.
That's
They're
actually
able to,
shocking.
Yeah, that's a huge ultimate from the Lucio. The Lucio uses ultimate to cancel out the Junkrat ultimate.
Again, it's just wall on wall. Listen, I don't want to waste that and just continue to say that over and over again. But that's seriously what's happening.
Oh man,
I do say that though.
and as you say that, it looks. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but University of Alaska did actually get 4 or 3 of the members on CEI with that Orisa ulti, which is the first time we've seen them capture point. It looks like they got the payload. That's a great push out from University of Alaska.
Curious to see what the tank is doing for University of Alaska, so we're just going to hang on the tank position to see what the head of the attack is doing.
It looks like the tank on University of Alaska is playing a really far back role when he needs to be a little bit more forward, I'd say. Especially as Orisa, you kind of have all of the utility to block and absorb damage, which is a big thing. And there we see he starts playing a more uniform up in front role. Oh, big ultimate from this Sigma.
Actually,
He does get the Junkrat. It looks like they're trying to look for flanks on the side. University of Alaska is kind of in shambles right now. They don't know how to recover from that ultimate, and Red Comet's able to get 2 people off of University of Alaska right there. And it looks like they're just gonna hold the payload at this tiny little entryway for University of Alaska. They're gonna keep the pressure as much as they can. They're staying away from the pre-firing from University of Alaska, making sure they're not taking too much damage, so if there is a push, then they can recover from it. But CEI already has 3 ultimates up again. They have the Kitsune Rush, they have the Lucio ulti, so they have all the sustain they need to stay in these fights. Oh, that's a big pick from Nottingham as he gets the Orisa. Oh, Junkrat though, he uses his ultimate and gets 2 members off of College of Eastern Idaho.
and that might be an
But
opening.
Nottingham, it may be an opening, but Nottingham's doing a really good job of keeping these members away. He's able to keep the pressure away, and it looks like they used the Kitsune Rush to just keep them at bay, keep them at this control point.
It really is, and again, this is only game 1 of a very long season. It does seem like a well-oiled machine for CEI, which honestly, there's going to be a little bias. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're watching a CEI stream. There's a lot of bias. We're trying not to show that all the time. But I'm really proud to see again, and we talked about this pre-game. To see that they're able to put in all the practice and preparation, and really that it's all just coming together for them.
I agree. I know that I'm a pretty big fanboy of the College of Eastern Idaho because, you know, it is that stream. But it looks like that was a big ultimate from the Sigma, and the Orisa was able to trade 1 back and get the Red Comet, which is a lot of damage. It looks like they got the Mercy Res onto the Soldier though. They're just keeping them at bay, holding the pressure here. But University of Alaska is doing a good job of keeping this corner right now. this Mercy's able to keep this soldier alive and to keep the picks, but it looks like Nottingham's going to shut him down, and he's going to get the Mercy with that too. The Symmetra trying to stay on the payload to get the overtime, but it looks like they're not able to get it. And that'll be round 1. Point goes to CEI on the defending side.
Well done for CEI. Holy crap. Just a bunch of killers out there, apparently.
Bunch of animals on the field right now.
Actually, though. Massive pun intended. Okay, so now it's going to be up to University of Alaska to really see if they can replicate what CEI was just able to do.
Yeah, hopefully University of Alaska was writing down some notes from CEI, and they were able to that they can mimic the defense that they had, especially on this first corner. This first corner is what will buy them the most time, I would say. This first corner is always like the hardest push to get past, I would say. And yeah, let's see if they're able to break past that first corner.
So we are seeing a different tank. And well, there is a little bit of a composition difference overall. High Wraith switching from Sumatra to Bastion. Nottingham switching from Sigma to Reinhardt. Other than that, it looks like everything remains unchanged on the half of CEI.
Yeah, I do think the Bastion pick from High Wraith is a really good pick right off the bat, because in this tight little pinch, the Bastion will be able to focus all of his fire into this one point, which will be really good for them. And then on University of Alaska, they're able to switch to the more long-range supports so they can keep the tanks and damage up front alive. It looks like CEI is doing a really good job of pushing past that first corner just to break that awkward barrier. Nottingham pushing in front, taking the damage for CEI. Oh, Nottingham is able to get the first pick onto the tank on University of Alaska, and Red Comet's able to get the Junkrat. This is a big push from CEI. They're able to break that first barrier in the first like 40 seconds of this half.
Sub 1 minute for sure. Sub 1 minute
Yeah,
for sure.
Sub win a minute for sure.
I think what was so crucial to that, and this goes all the way back to the very first corner, just the natural aggression that comes out of Nottingham just to show his presence on that very first corner. That was very pivotal, I think, moving forward for the duration of this match.
Yeah, I do think Nottingham is very good at knowing his tank strength and knowing when he can push and when he can't push, and it looks like he's using that to his advantage in this game, using the Reinhardt's abilities to push out from that first corner and to keep pushing the cart. It looks like CEI is just able to push University of Alaska back. Even if they're taking all of the fire, they're just able to sustain themselves. And it looks like they have two ultimates on the side of College of Eastern Idaho. They have the Bastion ult, and they have the, and it looks like they use the Lucio ult to keep the team alive on this corner. It looks like there's a small 1v1 happening. He's not able to quite get the Junkrat. Oh, there it is. He got the Junkrat.
Great shot coming out from Red Comet there. But that's the game. It came and it went just before my eyes. I don't even remember the game starting. I don't remember round 2 starting.
Where I blinked and this round was already over.
Basically. That does, well, you know, I'm going to show some respect to play the game real quick, and then we'll continue.
So it looks like Red Comet doing a really good job of using his I don't know what you'd call it, his charges to pick off the opponents. And he's doing a really good job of effectively using those to just finish off the opponents when they're at a low HP. So really good job from Red Comet.
Definitely. Super effective. Again, just the quality that we're seeing coming out from CEI in this first matchup against University of Alaska, like, my heart was pounding. There's butterflies in the stomach before, but to see this come out from the boys, honestly, it's a proud dad moment for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm happy to look out and look at the boys, see smiles on the faces. I love to see again the hard work pay off. It is. However, as I watch them practice, and as I watch them kind of strategize and figure out compositions, I know that the push mode is not preferred by CEI. So that might be silver lining for University of Alaska to maybe show up here in this series. Again, if they're going to take it a game forward, this is the time for them to show up. And maybe they can hang their hat on that silver lining overall.
Ready for battle.
I do agree, and it looks like CEI is going to be defending on this first map, and it looks like they switched tanks, and they are playing a Ramatra, if I do believe that is his name.
I do believe, and I do believe you are correct. It is in fact a Ramatra.
All right, hey, I have a limited knowledge when it comes to Overwatch, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the names correct.
Oh, I thought
I don't want to look like
Go ahead.
I don't want to look like a goofball, you know.
Listen, it's the CEI stream. I think we can look like goofballs a little bit.
Oh man,
We've already showcased some of that so far today, so I apologize to everyone watching. Hopefully you're able to follow along with us. It's not too much of a headache for everyone.
oh man, I don't know what CEI are all doing on this roof. I thought they were gonna have a little bit of a funny play and drop down onto University of Alaska, but it looks like they're just playing height, and they're playing it really well. Red Comet playing a little bit back, keeping the pressure. Oh, Reaper's able to get the pick onto Fareed. University of Alaska's slowly pushing back, but Red Comet takes another pick right back at him. It's kind of a weird in between right now. Both teams are just kind of staying stagnant. Nothing's too, it's not leaning one way or another, is a good way of saying it. Red Comet looking for a pick, and he gets major damage on that Baptiste, but he's getting hunted down by this D.Va. It looks like the University of Alaska is playing a lot more aggressive in this first half, putting a lot more pressure on the CEI, making him a little bit more uncomfortable. But so far, they're handling it well. Nothing too crazy from them. And it looks like Ramatra's switching forms. Just holding the front line, tanking for him.
Some
no
ground
picks right
has been gained by University of Alaska, but they're still definitely in the chokehold portions of the map. Really, if they're going to be comfortable in alleviating a lot of this pressure, they're going to have to move almost to that first point in order for them to probably be able to take a deep breath.
Yeah, and as we saw right there, the D.Va used her ultimate and wasn't able to get a single pick on the CEI. But they have a couple more ultimates their way, and it looks like Nottingham's using his ultimate just to rip apart the University of Alaska, and they're able to just hold them off just a little bit more. So it looks like they're going to look for a little bit of a reset here. They have 4 ultimates on the side of CEI. CEI is doing a really good job of keeping their ultimates until they really need it, or when a push is reset, they're waiting to use their ultimates at the right time. A little bit more back and forth here, playing a little bit patient. They don't want to give up any ground. CEI is playing really well, not wanting to give up anything. That's a big ultimate coming out from this Symmetra. Oh, but she gets picked off. Nottingham's able to trade.
Oh, big ult opportunity for University of Alaska on that Reaper. However, nothing able to connect. Had that ult connected, honestly, by the Reaper, that may have been the space that they needed to really gain more ground. But great shots coming out from Red Comet here.
I do agree. CEI did a really good job of shutting down that Reaper ultimate and making sure that nobody really took any damage or even died right there. And it looks like it's going to be another push reset. And the Junkrat ult is not effective.
Again, that's the second time that the Junkrat, second time that the Junkrat wasn't able to get their ultimate off. Great awareness by CEI to spread out there and then to take shots at the Junkrat.
Yeah, I agree. They're doing a really good job of listening to the sound cues and the gameplay cues to know when people are using their ultimates, when to play safe. It looks like Nottingham playing really good awareness, and when that D.Va ult came out, that he was able to just play a little bit far back and not die. And it looks like he's able, and Red Comet's able to get a 3K, 4K actually, and take out most of University of Alaska.
Great shots coming from Red Comet there. Well done.
It looked really strong in the very beginning for University of Alaska. They were playing all up in CEI space, and they were trying to go for flanks. It was working really well, but now it looks like it's starting to slow down for them.
It definitely is. The clock is winding down. I mean,
It's already
yes,
in OT.
they're on the cart right now, but precisely, it's overtime, which means there is literally no room for error for University of Alaska as they try to push the good old truck forward and take more space on the map. Red Comet, 15-player kill streak. Well done, my friend.
And it looks like that might be it, unless they have another player to keep the oh, they kept the overtime going, but it looks like that might be it for University of Alaska.
Yep, the spawns
Great
aren't going to come
finish.
in for them. Well done.
Great finish from Reese and Red Comet to finish off all those kills. That was a great round from CEI. And so now on the attacking side, I'm pretty sure CEI only has to get past that point that University of Alaska got to.
Yes, so this truck right here, this is where University of Alaska was able to push forward to, and all CEI has to do is get past this truck position. So that means the University of Alaska is going to have to buckle down. They're going to have to put up that wall-on-wall mentality that we saw in game number 2 from CEI. Oh, well, it looks right here. Okay, so this portion is where CEI is going to need to get in order to win this game 3.
It looks like, yeah, that's not that far. I'm not gonna lie. It's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as far. What's the word for that? Quite short into the map.
You might say it's a short distance. You might. You might say
short for some
close in
people.
proximity.
Yeah, that's yeah. Thank you for yeah. You know, I got my dictionary over here helping me figure out what words to use. But it looked like that they teased using a Junker Queen, but they switched back to the Orisa just for the, I'm guessing, consistency. There's some Symmetra turrets are gaming this Orisa a little bit. Oh, the Orisa's getting really weak, but she's playing around the corner. The Widowmaker gets picked off though, creating a little bit of pressure and awkwardness for CEI. But Red Comet gets a really good pick on the Symmetra, looking for more. Not able to find anything as they start backing up. He's looking for the Pharah in the air. Oh, not quite.
Nearly able to connect there onto the Pharah. However, that fight is not over. Red Comet very much still interested in that. However, he's going to take a little gander and say goodbye, I think, to the Pharah as Hyra able to switch over to Cassidy and finish off the Pharah.
A little pause on my end, but it looks like Red Comet and Friendly Card are able to just kind of walk right through, and it looks like if nobody's able to get there in time, that might just be the round for CEI. And it looks like that's it. One push. That's all they needed. CEI
Indeed.
looking like a big wall today. They looked really strong and fluid, if I do say so myself.
Hey, that's 2 of 3. Game 3.
This
We're seeing Red
ends
Comet
now.
with two of the MVPs, and thankfully we're able to catch this right now, because we weren't able to catch it live when it happened. So to see Lee put in these crazy shots, my
In
word.
the ultimate super effectively as well. He's able to just connect with those overclocked shots just to put that extra pressure on University of Alaska.
Yep. GG's in the chat between both teams. GG's from us, your commentators. Again, I am
GG's.
Tucker. You are Cameron.
I am indeed Cameron. Yes, I did not forget. I may have forgot my words, but I didn't forget my name.
Listen here, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. And honestly, such a great game coming out from CEI. A quick 3-0 sweep overall. You'll love to see it. We do so that is game. CEI does take the series. They take the W over University of Alaska. Again, GG's to University of Alaska. We do have more live streams coming up later this week. On Thursday evening, I believe at 8 p.m., we will be having our first game of the season for Super Smash Brothers, and that honestly that's a team that I'm super excited to watch. I'm excited to see again all of the hard work that they put in and see how they do moving forward in this season. If you are new watching CEI streams, last season CEI Smash Brothers team was able to go to the finals. We weren't able to capitalize in the finals. We did make it. We put in a really good effort. And so again, I'm excited to see them play. Later on in the week, on Saturday, we will be live streaming the League of Legends game. And again, I'm excited to see their season, unfortunately, officially begin. They had a bye week, the first round. They had a forfeit win the second round. And then there was technical difficulties that happened in week 3 that didn't allow them to play. Massive L's for them, unfortunately, massive L's for us. That was just super frustrating situation. But stick around with us for those 2 games. That's all from us. Any final words, Cameron?
It's Valentine's Day. Spread some love. Have a good day. That's all I got to say.
I can't top that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. We'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.